name up in my bedroom, writing back when I had no fans. I had my pen and my vision, I jotted and plotted my plans. I seen it materialize and now
About a year and a half into my career at Leeds, I noticed that I wasn't going to get offered a professional contract there. So then I decided to leave, as I felt like that was best for me. And then I joined another professional club called Rotherham United. They were in the same league as Leeds then, which was the Championship, which is one below the Premier League. And when I joined Rotherham, it was great. I was the captain of the under-18s. I trained with the first team, had an amazing experience there. Although the standards were a lot different to Leeds United, because Leeds is one of the biggest clubs in the UK, it was quite humbling, and I just made the most of it because I wanted to get everything out of the opportunity that I could. And obviously I was focused on getting the pro contract. But as things came to an end, I didn't get offered a pro contract at Rotherham, unfortunately, at the time. And eventually I had to choose one career. And it brought me to a point in my life where, after years of deliberation, I chose music. And it was the best decision that I made to date. So just to give a bit of background context on my journey within music and relating that to advertising and marketing. When I released my first freestyle in 2015, the market within the music industry wasn't as saturated. So what I mean by that was I could post clips of the freestyle video across different social platforms, and that was a strong enough push for the level that I was at then. So I'd use platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, and only just post maybe about a 30-second clip of the freestyle. And for where I was then within my career, I was getting a lot of engagement from that. And early in my career as well, I also learned about Google Ads, which was extremely useful because I started to factor in advertising budgets when it came to promoting my music. And that links really nicely with my next point, because there were 3 main YouTube channels in the UK to upload your music videos to within the rap industry. And those 3 platforms were called GRM Daily, Link Up TV, and SBTV. So they had like tens of thousands subscribers per channel, and they charged about £150 to £250 for music video uploads. And for young artists that wanted to be seen and build their audience, they were the channels to be on. And for years, those 3 channels were like the holy grail for rap artists in the UK, because that's where the culture was and the market was there. But gradually, there started to become a shift where music labels and their artists in the UK noticed on YouTube specifically that their artist channels were lacking. They never had any audience on there or any subscribers, especially compared to US artists as well. So everyone was becoming reliant upon these 3 main channels, and they had too much power, essentially. But luckily for me, because of the people I was around, my friends who had their own YouTube channels as well, and they was also musicians, I made a YouTube account from the first freestyle I ever put on to one of the channels, and I was posting content on there, building up my audience and my fan base. And when that shift happened within the music industry in the UK, my channel was already gradually building, which was great. I'd say the landscape for music consumers has drastically changed. And what I mean by that is people have access to millions of songs at their fingertips now. Whereas before, you'd have a CD of an album that you'd constantly play, and you'd learn every song because that was the only CD or vinyl that you'd have access to. Whereas now, you go on your phone and there's so many songs that you can choose from instantaneously. And I think what's really significant about that is in 2008 Spotify launched, and that revolutionized music listening forever. And like the point I made previously, the entry level for musicians now is much lower. So people can upload their songs from the bedroom and become a music artist. And because the entry point is more accessible for people now, the market is oversaturated. So how do you meet people where they are? I think you move with the times so you don't get left behind. A great example of this for music artists, again, is TikTok. And I think TikTok's funny because when I first came across the app, I used to think it was just about dancing and being a fool on the app, just to get people to, come to you and build your followers and for them to listen to your music. And initially, I wasn't even with it. I didn't want to join the platform because I didn't think that I wanted to do those things. So it took me a while to actually get onto it, but once I started to see other content creators be themselves and be really authentic in what they were showing, I thought this could be a great way for me to promote myself, my music, and really showcase my personality on there. And a few things that I'm really interested in away from music is hiking, walking, running. I'd say I'm a really humorous person as well. And of course, I love football. So once I joined the platform on TikTok, I thought about those things that I'm interested in, the outdoors, humor, and sport. So on my TikTok, I'm just showcasing myself and promoting my music through my other interests. So I'll be outside, for instance, running, and in the background, my song's playing. Or I could be on a walk, or I'm hiking, and I'm speaking about where I am, and again, my song's playing. So it's just showcasing your personality and being authentic, but using the platform to still promote your brand. Guinness announced their first ever global partnership in football as the official beer sponsor of the Premier League. And that's a 4-year agreement where Guinness will be the official beer of the Premier League, but also Guinness 0.0 as the official non-alcoholic beer of the Premier League. And obviously for most people who are aware of football, the Premier League is the most watched football league on the planet. And it's broadcasted in 900 million homes in 189 different countries. So that's massive for Guinness. So Guinness have rolled out their free version. Guinness rolled out the non-alcoholic version of their stout in Britain in 2021 and have since seen like a huge surge of sales.